best touring bike Harley has ever produced. Hey, this is Ring from the Ring and welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about good food, traveling, and lots of motorcycles. That's right, we got another motorcycle here, but we're in the same location. Yeah, I know you can see this. I've been here before. It is the South River Brewing Company. So today we're on a, again, special motorcycle. Why do I say special? Well, look at it. What is not special about this? It's special because this metallic paint, and I say metallic paint because I mean it's called Whisky Neat. I really fell in love with this color scheme. It's because I love the name Whisky Neat. The name is so cool. I mean, but when I first saw it, this screen is super awesome. It is bright. It's got all the info you need. So you can touch screen, but you can also control it with all these controls that are scattered all over your hand controls, which is also, again, a very surprising change for Harley. If you've been riding touring bikes or Harley bikes in general, you pretty much know where your hand controls are, and they're just by reflexes. You'll get to them right away. But you got a new lesson to learn now because all the controls has been switched pretty much, I would say, aside from the two left and right signals. Everything else, I mean, they're either in a different location or they feel a little different. Even your starter. This bike starts with a one touch, not where you have to hold on until the engine starts. It's running, then you let go. No, you just touch it once. I'm still not used to it. I've been starting this bike for the past 2-3 weeks and I'm still not used to it. I'm still like pushing it and it gives me a funny noise. It's like, hey, yo, let go, you know, sort of thing. You know, a host of different other controls that are not actually in where they used to be, especially for those who used to ride Harley touring bikes. So that's one thing you got to get used to. But that aside, this bike, I mean, the paint is super awesome. At first, I thought this paint, the Whisky Neat, would not be metallic. I thought I read about it, that it was, but it didn't really look like it was metallic. At certain angles, the Whisky color is different. One is more orangey, one is more sparkly, one is more copper, and one is just very refined type of whiskey color, which I so much enjoy. The paint job is just amazing. A lot of people consider this paint to be overcharged. I mean, they're saying Harley is charging way too much for this paint job compared to the no extra charge platinum. But this, I have to argue and say that this is more worth it than the platinum. Now, hear me out. I say that because this paint job by gunslingers, and if you ever quoted a bike that you wanted to custom paint for, and you already know what I'm talking about. So in the States, the Whisky Neat is a $6,000 surcharge on top of your platinum. I'd say that is actually cheap, but it's actually less than what you would be quoted for if you were asking a custom painter to paint your whole bike as thick as any Harley paints are. You'll definitely pay more than $6,000 US. One of the best paint jobs I've seen out of the company. $6,000? Thank you. This paint job matches perfectly with the hand control and the foot controls. After riding this for a few hundred kilometers, this seat is A-okay, man. This seat's got more support than any of CVO seats I've ever got before this particular model year. Got Sway, Alcantara, or whatever it is called, feels premium. So no looking at any other seats at the moment. It's got many features that your old CVO's got, but it's a little different. Like say, look at this skirt deflector. This skirt deflector, as you could see, is adjustable. I mean, how clever is that? It's not the craziest idea that anybody came up with, but it's a simple idea that aids the rider. And a few years ago, I bought a black Road Glide. Because of the Canadian models, they always had the central brake light. I didn't like that. Finally, they got rid of that central brake light on these CVO machines. Speaking of what I love, there are other things I do not love as much, although it is very minor. This central part here, this lock, now you got to use a locking key to actually lock and unlock your steering column, whereas before there was a button where you just lock everything. Like you would get off your bike, turn it to the left, turn your knob in the center, and you know, get your bags are closed, and you push the button and everything's locked. I still haven't figured out if you could still do that or not. The speakers I found to be quite loud. You could actually hear it more on the highway at speeds of about 100 miles per hour. It is loud, but it's not as clear as if you were probably gonna switch out some better speakers, maybe that's down the road. But otherwise, I'm 100% sure they're louder than your old speakers. They sound better than your old speakers on the CVO. You could hear it, but it's not clear. So I don't know, that might be swapped out later on, but at this moment, no plans for that. And plus, look at this pipe. Silver pipes are easy to exchange, you know, go with the bike, because originally it's silver. But I know on the dark platinum, the pipes are not silver and they're not black. So that adds to the reason why I want a Whisky Neat where the pipes are actually stock in silver color. Cool. What I think is really cool is that finally that the brake lever is adjustable. I mean, you know, for the span, like, I mean, if you got small hands now, you don't have to reach. That's the point of adjustability. And now you could adjust it. That's a plus. Thank you, Harley. Before talking about how nice it rides, how nice the engine feels when you're on the highway or anywhere, this is a, I think, 50% or 40% enlargement of the intake. That's amazing. Like, I mean, I do know that it rides super different and it sounds really nice. Now it's got the VVT. Love it or hate it, it makes the ride better. It makes the torque more available and it's more efficient. The only thing I might want to see different, I might want to change to some that looks a little different. This doesn't look bad, but I want to have something a little different. Next, the handling, because of the extra travel and inverted forks and the radial mounted Brembos, although yes, everybody knows that Brembo actually made the CVO's brake before, they never said Brembo. So the handling, because of the inverted forks and a little bit more adjustability in the back, the shocks, makes this bike the best handling bike, not only for touring. I can't say that it's better than, say, like a lowrider or a Fat Bob, but I can say I feel it's better. Take that with a grain of salt, but I feel this thing handles amazing. It's like crazy good. This thing handles not like a touring bike. I mean, it does not. It's crazy. So this bike, you know, everybody knows it's new, a lot of different changes besides the frame, everything's been changed. But is it better? I mean, that's the question, right? But there's no doubt it's 100% better. I mean, it wasn't 100% change, but it's 100% better. And handling, the engine, the grunt, the wheels, I'm not a big fan of them. They're cool. I mean, you know, no question about that. But, you know, if they came out with some other forms of wheels and looks, I don't mind. But it's not something that I would go and switch out just because it doesn't look as cool as some other rims. So far, this bike has been wonderful. So there was a video where I mentioned my left bag wouldn't lock, but ever since they fixed it up, everything's been good. It's locked, no water leaked in, although I don't ride in the heavy rain. It seems to be perfectly fine. This 2023 iteration of CVO from Harley-Davidson is the best CVO Harley-Davidson has ever produced. In fact, I like to take this one step further. I say this CVO Street Glide, the 2023 Street Glide CVO, it's unquestionably the best touring bike Harley has ever produced. Hey, thanks for watching this video of mine. If you like my video, remember to comment, like, and share. And if you think my contents are good, do consider subscribing to my channel. See ya.